The apparel industry remains a dirty industry. Labor rights violations remain widespread, sub-poverty wages, abusive treatment of workers by supervisors, long hours of forced overtime, dangerous conditions in factories. And despite a great deal of consumer concern about the issue, despite a lot of promises from the apparel industry in response to those concerns that they're going to improve conditions, will take responsibility for protecting the rights of workers in their global supply chains, the reality is we've seen very little genuine progress. The one major exception is the university sphere. The WRC was created because universities have licensing agreements with major apparel brands like Nike and Adidas. Under these agreements, the universities get to make sweatshirts, t-shirts, and other clothes with the university names. And when they sell those clothes, the universities get a royalty.
In the late 90s, there was a largely student-led movement to get universities to adopt codes of conduct with the companies that they license their trademark with.
The WRC is an organization of universities. We have 186 colleges and universities that are affiliates of our organization.
We look very carefully at how we interact with companies that do business in this country and outside of this country.
It's a social justice issue that we're ensuring that the people that are making the goods are treated right.
Well, we think the integrity of our school is at stake and the apparel that we sell with our name on it, so we think it's incredibly important that those workers who are involved in this campus community, even if they're not here making our clothes that we buy, have their basic rights respected, have a living wage, have the right to form a union and that ability to organize.
The WRC carries out investigations of working conditions in factories all over the world, often in response to complaints from workers or worker rights organizations. We document violations of worker rights where they exist, and then we work with the universities to ensure that the brands and their supplier factories correct those violations, come into compliance with the standards, and genuinely respect the rights of workers.
For us, we really depend on the WRC and the reporting and the work that's done on the ground.
It's an independent monitoring group, so it's independent from any industry influence, and so students really have trust that the work that the WRC does is legitimate, is responding to worker complaints, is true to what is actually happening on the factory floor.